Obviously, you have your own hydration drink.
I do.
Mantra. I've been using it. It's extremely useful. Why is it important to have sports drinks? Dave, can you introduce yourself to the people that you don't know?
Sure, yeah. So I'm pretty much a nutrition nerd. I've been a nutritionist for 17 years now. And like you just said about being confused, I was confused when I first started, and it took me a while to really find out what was true about nutrition and what is kind of misleading. So here we are today, and feel free to ask me any questions. And of course, if you have any questions, just ask and I'm happy to answer.
Fantastic. So why water itself is not enough? And when we say that, I mean like the general water that we all have.
Yeah. So I lived in Thailand for a while in the epicenter of Muay Thai, right? So, and it's hot and you're sweating and you're training 2 hours a day. And what you do is you take salt, like a pinch of salt, and you put it in your water. So what that's doing is that's hacking your water basically. By adding sodium, which is what we're losing through our sweat, you're actually charging up your batteries. So if you're drinking normal water out of the tap at home or a lot of bottled water, it's kind of empty water, right? So they've filtered it, they've removed a lot of the bad stuff that could be in water, but they've also removed all the good stuff. So all the minerals have been taken out. So if you don't put the minerals back in, then you're still going to be drinking, but you're still going to be dehydrated. So that's where sports drinks can be helpful. Like we'll use an example is, the typical colorful sport drink that you see in the fridge, right? Now, what is that? That's water with sugar, probably, with some minerals, usually sodium, potassium. So that's an option, right? But you can do it without the sugar. So if you're training a lot, if you're running around, and if you're sweating, you should add a pinch of salt into your water because that really boosts up the mineral content.
Fantastic.
A little pinch of salt.
Yeah. How about energy drinks? Red Bull, Monster, I can continue.
Yeah, so look, it's the same thing, energy drinks, and you hear about pre-workout, right? So they work, but it doesn't mean it's good for you, right? So we should be able to create our own energy. When you're eating healthy, when you're hydrated, your body produces energy. If you feel like you need to take a caffeine energy drink to get energy, well, that energy is borrowed. That energy is not yours. You didn't create that. You actually took that, so it's kind of fake. Now, there's no doubt that caffeine is a performance enhancer, but I've been training for 17 years. When I first started training and I was doing the sugar-free Red Bull, the pre-workouts, and it just exhausted me. It got to the point where you can't feel like you can train without it, and that's a really bad place to be. So I want everybody to avoid that. So how to avoid the sugary caffeine energy drinks, which are just not good for you, is just take care of your hydration. Stay hydrated and you will not need these energy drinks.
Something that I see, especially with parents, surprisingly, because they are more open in a dialogue, they are addicted to them.
Yeah, well,
and
it is an addiction.
It's the sugar, right?
Yeah.
So
and the caffeine. So are we talking about caffeinated energy drinks?
Yes.
Yeah. So you add sugar to caffeine, you have a bomb. What that does is that it actually stresses you out. You might not feel it the first time, but by continuously taking this is stressing out your system. And it's, it creates inflammation, and then it actually makes you more prone to injuries. It's a slippery slope because the worst thing is feeling like you need it. Sports is something you love. It's something you want to just get at it, just be excited for. And if you have to take a drink to get excited for it, that shows that you've trained yourself to be addicted to this drink. And it's just something that the earlier you quit it, the better off you are.
And of course, you replace it with more natural options, right?
Exactly, yeah.